Hello, I am so glad that you're here. I'm Shannon Merlot and I'm a business owner just like you. You and I probably know that running a business is a constant up and down journey. If only there was one thing that could make it easier. Well, I'm here to tell you that there is one fundamental factor that I believe breeds success in organizations, and I'm pretty passionate about it. So let's jump into today's video where we're talking all about one of my favorite topics, organizational values. Why are organizational values so important in running your business? Well, Harvard professor James Haskett, in his book The Culture Cycle, found that as much as half of the difference in operating profit between companies can be attributed to their cultures. In his experience coaching companies, he often saw 40% gains in employee engagement and customer satisfaction and a 30% rise in profits within 12 months of implementing organizational values. That is pretty powerful, but I do find that some business owners think that values are just a bunch of words that you need to complete to simply tick off in your organizational and strategic plan, and they don't truly understand the value of implementing them well. But organizational values are so much more than a bunch of words in a strategic plan or pasted onto a wall. To demonstrate the value of values, let's imagine you're on Island A and you want to get to Island B. Island B represents your vision. It's a land of better beaches, more surf, and tastier coconuts. But we need to build a raft on Island A, and we all need to row together to get to Island B. Your values are the foundation of the behaviours, beliefs, and attitudes that the people who are going to help you navigate from Island A to Island B will have. The values will determine whether you're excited, passionate, collaborative, working together and supporting each other as we build the raft, and the values will also determine the overall commitment to get to Island B. They will also state whether explicitly or by virtue of the ground rules, whether we share our resources while we're on the raft or whether we turn on each other when we run out of food. So values are a framework in which we define what's most important in our behaviours as we go along the journey of business. Not just in the achievement of our goals, but actually how we are going to get there and act as we work to achieve those goals. These values and acceptable behaviours underpin your organisational norms. And these norms help you to easily identify what is and is not acceptable, and for you to be able to lead accordingly. I know that a lot of small business owners have difficulty having challenging conversations, and values can really help on one level to pick people up when someone's behaviour is contrary to those norms, and on the other level, lead them into what those norms are. The interesting thing about values is that when implemented well, team members often hold each other and you accountable for living them. So you don't always have to be actively leading because the norm is established and everyone knows. Another reason why values are important is that they make it easier to hire the right people for your business. How is that? Well, when you define the qualities that are meaningful in your business, you naturally attract people who have those qualities. For example, your business may be focused on epic customer service. You will naturally attract people that like working with customers. If your business is particularly focused on a strong moral and ethical compass, you will naturally attract people who hold strong ethics. The final reason why values are important is that when it's done well and embedded in your processes, it can positively impact your whole business operations. To give you an example, I assisted a client to create their organisational values. They said to me after we had completed the workshops and they were embedding the values into their organisation that they finally saw how the values were driving almost all their business decisions. They then actively used their values in their marketing and their proposals, and through that, they were actually able to attract more like-minded organisations to work with them. And this simply meant that there was less friction as they did business together. And both the organisation and the people in it, as well as the customers, had a better time doing business. And there's nothing wrong with that. To recap, values help you create more profitable businesses. They also create more cohesive teams, and they help you to hire and lead your team. They can also help you broadly across all of your operations. Values are great, but there is just one caveat that I really do want to flag here. Please don't confuse values for uniformity. You actively want to foster diversity in your organisation because the research shows that the more diverse the population, the more innovative the teams and more creative the ideas. Further, that leads to greater productivity as different perspectives are shared and developed and then built upon. So do be sure that you're considering values in what's most important in terms of your business, but not creating a sameness of humans to create a uniform workforce. So now that you know why values are important, you might want to know how to make them meaningful. This is actually the fun part, and you can engage your team in doing it. I've got another video for that, so keep a lookout for it. So what do you think? Are values more valuable to you now? If not, please pop a comment below. If so, I would love you to give this video a thumbs up, and please do subscribe so that you get notified when we release more content.